Come here. Come here. Come here.
Mm. Oh, you're on one.
Mm-hmm. What's
I
up?
didn't even knock. How did you move?
I thought I heard you not.
No, I didn't. I was just, I'll come in.
Okay. All right. Good evening. I certainly hope and pray that all is well. Hope you all are having a nice New Year's Eve. Happy New Year's Eve. Getting ready for the calendar they gave us. Getting ready for their New Year's. All right. All right. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get started with my pendulum. Okay. For those of you who are new here, what is yes? Okay, thank you. Stop, please. What is no? Okay. If you decide to work with a pendulum and you haven't before, remember this is what it is for me. You find out what yes and no is for you. It's not universal, okay? Um, and remember, it takes time working with a pendulum, okay? Just like anything else, practice and time. What is, I didn't even ask, but I do every night when I come on here. So this is maybe, okay? What is, I don't know. All right. Okay. Okay, I moved from where I was living. I moved to another location. But of course, I have this little witch girl, Zarita, follow me everywhere I go. Has this girl, Zarita, followed me here to this new location where I live? Look at this. Of course, she has. Has she physically followed me? Now, I wouldn't even know what this girl is driving or anything like that because I really don't pay attention to things like that. I just live my life, okay? But here we see, yes, that she's following you. Okay. Is she going to do the typical thing, try to contact the rental property management or something to try to get me removed from here? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So you clearly see this woman is stalking me. All right. Now, years ago, my father told me that my grandfather, his father, was a Rosicrucian. Okay. My grandfather, Marcellus, which is his father. Okay. Let me find out. Was my grandfather, Marcellus, a Rosicrucian? Okay. It's not anything that, I knew about. This was something he told me. As an adult, my grandfather died when I was in the fifth grade. Okay. Was my grandfather a Mason? No. Okay. Now, some of y'all may know what a Rosicrucian is. Okay. A Rosicrucian is a member of a mystical esoteric fraternity, which I could see that. Okay. That claims to possess ancient wisdom symbolized by the rose cross, focusing on spiritual development, inner alchemy, and understanding the universe's natural laws through Hermeticism, Gnosticism, and mysticism, rather than traditional dogma, seeking enlightenment and harmony with creation. They emerged in the 17th century Europe through published manifestos telling tales of the mystical founder, Christian Rosencreutz, and have since evolved into various modern orders like AMORC, I don't know what that is, okay? Emphasizing self improvement, service, and inner exploration. Core beliefs and practices, esoteric knowledge, they believe in hidden, profound truths about existence, God, and humanity passed down through secret traditions. I can believe my grandfather being a part of this from the man that I remember. Spiritual alchemy focuses on transforming the self, the soul, and achieving inner wisdom, not just transmuting metals. Now, in regards to, I don't know if this was just like a black, if there's a group of Rosicrucians society that are black, or if they were intermixed, mingle. I don't know. He just told me, and at the time, I didn't know what it was. Nature and cosmos. Seek to understand the divine in nature and the interconnectedness of all things. Microcosm, macrocosm. Symbolism. The rose cross represents spiritual transformation, uniting divine love, rose with earthly experience, the cross. Rituals and meditation. Use ceremonies, color, and music to stimulate psychic senses and facilitate spiritual awakening. Service. Many modern Rosicrucians are dedicated to humanitarian service and self development. Okay. Origin and History Manifestos. The movement began with the 1614 publication of Fama Fraternitatis, announcing the Brotherhood of the Rosary Cross. The founder, Christian Rosencrantz, the legendary founder, supposedly born in 1378, wow, is depicted in text as traveling to gain wisdom though he's largely considered a symbolic figure. Evolution influenced Christian Gnosticism and Hermeticism, evolving into various groups like the Societas Rosicruciana in Angelia and the Rosicrucian Order AMORC, as noted. Key takeaway: Rosicrucianism offers a path of spiritual and philosophical study distinct from organized religion, aiming for a deeper understanding of life's mysteries and personal spiritual evolution, often described as inward and onward. Okay. Is this community here, the society, are they linked to the Masons? Okay. Now, my light is being fucked around with. Okay. So let's see. Is this Zarita here fucking around with my light? 4. Of course it is. Okay. Is my father, okay, is he a Mason? No. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. I needed to ask some personal questions. Is now I don't know. Let's see what the pendulum says. Is my father a member of this Rosicrucian society? Okay. He didn't tell me he was. I don't know anything about this society. I don't know the role that they play in a larger society or anything like that. All I know is what I just read. Okay. I did look it up. I remember looking it up on the internet way back. Okay. Oh. Do they still exist? Definitely yes, and are active. Okay, I'm just looking up some stuff here. Okay, they definitely still exist and are active. Okay, I don't know. Of course, everything has a hierarchy. Okay, you know how they talk about Masons and 30 degrees and beyond. Okay, I don't know anything about this except what I just read. Okay, but of course, everything has a hierarchical, uh, whatnot. Was my grandfather, well, he was a member, uh, did he have a high place in this order? Okay, all right. I don't know if they got degrees or steps. Okay, I don't know. Okay, make you stop, please. That's my father. Okay, all right. Um, Now my great grandfather, who was a bishop, was probably a Mason. This is my great grandfather is my father's grandfather. My great grandfather, Mac Edward Jonas, was he uh, a Mason? Okay. Was he a Mason before he became a bishop? Did he become a Mason? Well, I'll put it like this: did he become Mason before he became a bishop? Okay. Okay. Hold on. Let me make sure I got sound here. Okay. Okay. Um, did my great grandfather become a Mason because he was going to be ordained as a bishop? Okay. Was that the only reason he became a Mason? Okay. And the only reason I say that is because this guy that I dated, I talked about him. He had been a Mason. He was in the Hebrew community. And he told me that, you know, because I grew up, in a Christian church where they spoke against it. But at the same time, here it is. They preach against it, but goddamn, that's what they are. Okay. And he told me if you're a bishop, it doesn't matter what Catholic, Protestant, it doesn't matter. You have to be a Mason. Now, this is what he told me. And then another guy I was talking to, who my pastor, after my great grandfather, was a bishop. It was his grandfather, his step grandfather. He told me, yeah, that's the case, whatever. Okay. Hmm. I'm trying to put together my thoughts for my next question. Okay, best way I can ask. Okay, does my father have some kind of high role of status in, I don't know, some kind of networking organizations or whatever? Okay, all right, okay. This is what crazy as the reader is trying to get her hooks into. Okay, all right. Okay. Now I don't know these people here who have these how it works in terms of you, these people who are in these organizations, their children, and what's passed down, legacy, heritage, all of that kind of thing. Okay, so clearly this girl is basically trying to take over my life, okay, and be me. Okay, so she's trying to take my destiny. It's a question. Okay, my being. Okay, thank you, Stephens. My essence. Okay, all right. Is this why she's trying to get her hooks into my father? Okay. But again, I don't know how it works in terms of if your father was this or your mother was this, then that means you did. I don't know any of that. None of this stuff, none of these things have ever been shared with me. The only thing that was shared with me, what my father told me, my grandfather was a Rosicrucian. Again, my life is very strange since I can remember, and these people kept everything from me. Literally. It's so funny because growing up, that was like a complaint that I had to the lady who raised me. Like I told her, I was like, y'all don't tell me nothing. You guys never tell me anything. Why don't y'all tell me? How come don't nobody tell me nothing? Now I don't remember what she would say. It was always some bullshit. But then when I got a little bit older, maybe like maybe late teens, maybe my 20s, somewhere more so, she started to kind of fill me in. It could be the smallest of things. So just imagine the biggest of things. All right. Now, okay. On my birth mother's side, okay, I'll just ask on my birth mother's side. Um, I know that they're in a number of secret societies on my birth mother's side. Okay. Yes. Okay. I didn't grow up with these people or anything like that. Okay, I didn't know I had somebody else was my damn mama until I was 49 years old. Okay. Um, I have communicated, but I have not asked no deep questions. Okay. Except, what the hell is this? Are you my mother? Okay. But anyway, okay. Are they is Masonry, Freemasonry a part of their, okay, her family? Okay. Are there more secret societies and groups that are a part of her? I think in total, when I looked at her side and what I knew on my father's side, there's probably about six in all. Okay. Am I right about that? About six, these secret societies. Okay. On my, combined with my birth mother and my father's side. Okay. All right. Let me see. I'm not going to delve into, I've been told, besides the masonry on my birth mother's side, I've been told what other ones. Okay. But I'm not going to reveal it on here. Okay. My grandmother, my father's stepmother, is she an agent of some sort? Okay. I thought so. I don't know what though. Okay, let me ask this. Was she a, like a spiritual? Okay, agent, no. Okay. An earthly agent, okay. Because I could never, like, I spent a lot of time with her. And she was from Alabama, and I could never figure out, like, why did she move here? Like, with no family, nothing, you know? Um, my grandfather's family, some of them, not all of them, because he wasn't from here, were from here, but she wasn't married to him, of course, when she moved here. So I would ask her, but it was never like, people give you these vague answers and just, you know, it was never clear. Okay. So it was like, okay. Now, I asked this question before. She was a domestic when I was little. The white family that my great grandmother, not my great grandmother, my grandmother worked for, were they related to my birth mother's family? Okay. Okay. Well, that's a big motherfucker. Okay. All right. So that white family, they knew who I was in terms of my birth mother. Okay. Was that family there to kind of watch over me in a sense? Okay. Thank you. Were they there to offer some sense of protection? I guess you could say yes. Okay. For me. Did my grandmother, my father's stepmother, was she aware of who they were in relation to me? Okay. All right. Okay. So when I went to Howard, which I think that was orchestrated, I think I asked that on here, but asking me going to Howard University, was that something orchestrated outside of my control? Okay. Now, when that first came to me, I was like, no, that couldn't possible. I read up on it and I wanted to go. But my senior year of high school, I got accepted to Grambling. I was gonna go to Grambling. I had this little job. No, I had this little job, and one of the ladies that worked there, a young black woman, she was, I think was a college graduate. She was like, you don't need to go there, blah blah blah, this that and the other. I really wanted to go to Howard, but I didn't think I would get accepted. Okay. Um, so I was talking to the lady who raised me about it, and what she was like, well, why don't you just stay here and go to Tri-C Community College for a year, get your grades up, and then apply to Howard. I really didn't want to do that because, they used to give Tri-C such a bad name when I was in high school and whatnot. But I said, okay. And then she told me a little bit later, she said, you wasn't going to go there no way. In Grambling, she said, you weren't going to go there no way. Okay. So it's just like those little things. Like it made me look, I was like, no, I wasn't. That wasn't Notre Dame. That's what I want to do. This and but it's those little things like that I look back on like, oh, I see. Okay. It's just some other things. Okay. I don't think my grandma was in no military, no shit like that. Okay. I just don't know. Okay. And that's a question that I've asked for a number of years now. And I keep getting the same answer. Was my grandfather, my dad's father, and my grandmother, my dad's stepmother, were they kind of, look at saying it before I even get the question out, offering me some protection or protecting me from the lady who raised me, and possibly my dad too. I don't know. Which I couldn't say yes to that, but that motherfucker was swinging awfully high because, he went on about his business. Okay. I'll say this. It appeared. That's what it appeared. But I ain't quite sure about that now. Okay. And it's the only reason Mrs. Rita want all this, besides looking into my shit, my Akashic records, and doing tarot readings on me because she just wants some money. Because she thinks she gonna get some money. Like the reading came through for the other lady the other day. I've seen your outcome, and I want it. Okay, that's all this bitch want is money. Just money. Because obviously there's money somewhere. Okay, that's supposed to be for me. All right. I mean, these motherfuckers, these people did everything they could in my life. Everybody's gone. Everybody just disappeared. Okay. They did everything they could. Ever since I came in, before that Zarita came along, everything they could to try to their damnedest to dismantle me. Everything. And ain't no need for nobody to say, that ain't true. Where's she coming up with that from? Because when I was pregnant with my daughter, I wrote a long letter to the lady who raised me saying just that. Okay, did I write that long letter to the lady who raised me saying just that? Okay, who knows what she did with it? She probably kept it somewhere to show some goddamn judge or some representative of my birth mother's family or whoever got this money. Okay, let's see. I already asked this. Whatever monies that I'm supposed to get or was left to me or whatever, was it stolen here? Okay. All right. But it's not just that. If all it is, the protection and the grandmother, the agent, and the birth mother family watching over me to protect me, and I see I've seen so many strange things. Okay, all my life really, but definitely, since I revealed on my first channel that I'm finding some shit out. This one named my mother. What the hell going on? And I know there's money there for me somewhere. Okay, I've had people follow me. And I probably always had. All my life have people been following me, watching me. Even my first year in college, it's like my phone is tapped. Okay, we had landlines back then. My first in college was my phone tapped. I thought it was because I was going to see Steve Coakley. Into the black thing, black. Power to the peoples. Okay. Even when I would be on campus, I noticed my freshman year, maybe my sophomore year too. It's definitely like the yard is usually busy morning hours, early afternoon, and then about 4 or 5, it kind of dies down a little bit. Now, I might have had a late class. I did have a late class in my freshman year. I remember it was a history class. I don't know, maybe it was like 6 or 7 o'clock, some shit like that, maybe 5. I don't know. Sometimes you had late classes. There was always a huge helicopter hovering over campus. I didn't think anything of it. I was just thinking, oh, I'm at Howard, power to the people, HBCU, the Black School, America. I could be wrong, but we're gonna ask and find out. That though the helicopter that will always be hovering over campus that have anything to do with me at all. Okay. I remember I was in after I revealed all this and got away from all these people. Praise Jesus. I was at the Aldi. And I look over, there's this woman, and I could tell, I'm like, this woman is following me. Okay, she had on a red coat. I made a video called The Red Coat. It's on here. Okay. Or Lady in the Red Coat or something like that. Was that lady in that red coat in Aldi, was she following me and watching me? White woman. Okay. All right. So one day I was talking to a psychic, and I would say a reputable one. And a well-known one. Nobody here in Cleveland. And at the end, and we weren't talking about this at all. At the end of the conversation, she said, "There's a woman that follows you. There's a white woman that follows you." And I was like, "Yeah, I've seen her." And she said, "She follows you. She watches you." I don't know if that lady still does, though. I don't think so. Does that lady follow me anymore? I didn't think so. Okay. Does she have anything? That woman have anything to do with my mother's birth family? I mean, with my birth mother's family. The old people in the car, in the Cadillac, who waved at me. Did they have anything to do with my birth mother's family? Okay. All right. Thank you. Stop, please. Were they letting me know in so many words, you're not alone? Okay. We're watching. Okay. The man at the grocery store, the big old dude, who parked right in front of me, and then I look up, he was right behind me in line. Okay. Was he watching and following me? Okay. White man. Okay. Thank you. Stop, please. Was it for protection? Okay. Thank you. All right. See, I don't know this little silly ass group here, and the gym people, and the crazy ass reading all, and the birth mother of family. I don't know what you people know. Okay. But you just do any old fucking thing. You don't know who's who, what's what, nothing. You just out there willy-nilly just dumb. Okay. Does this girl really know something about me that she thinks I don't know about myself? Okay. All she know is money. She gonna get some money. And I want it. Please give it to me, please. I'm begging. I want to be her. I'm gonna lie about her all over town and make people hate her guts so I can get all the shit. And everything she told me about her life, I'm gonna do it. And everything I've done that's rotten, dirty, and nasty, which is my whole being, I'm going to say it was her. Okay. Okay. 'Cause I just want it. Please give it to me. Give me all that money. Whatever it is. Because I don't know. Okay. My father, some kind of, well, just not some kind. Is he a warlock? I guess maybe my brother was in training, warlock training. As a junior warlock. Warlock junior. Okay. All right. It's my brother. Of course he is. Everybody's gone. Now they're gone. Every time they leave, I'm going to say, now they're gone. All right. So last night, I was listening to this video before I got online about the seven witches. I mean, the seven things witches do when you realize they witchery and all they witchy poo and shit they be doing on you. And one of the things was done to me last night. I had the nastiest, grossest visions. One, I was like, oh, I'm gonna do reading about this. One, I saw some fingers, just fingers, okay, in a can a can like a food can like for food, and water. And then there was a really grotesque sexual, some woman, I saw way in the background, some woman just going to town, okay, with 1,000 men. Okay, it was a whole bunch. Was that some black magic or witchcraft that was being done on me? Of course it was. Okay. I was going to read on them shits, boy. Okay. And of course, it was a reader, correct, doing the black magic, of course. Especially that sex shit. Okay. Whatever, honey. Okay. Now I'm hearing you're at a loss. Okay. I mean, a loss for your soul and a loss for your life. I'm hearing the war shall begin, okay, for your soul, for your life is lost. Hold on. I'm hearing it's gone, like I've been saying. It's gone, okay. You will retrieve it back. I don't know if you're in some kind of underworld or some shit. Okay, I'm hearing further. You know, we be thinking we know all about everything and so much that we don't know. Like people say, the known and the unknown. Okay, it's further. I'm hearing further down, deep into the depths. Okay, of her being, like completely lost. But I'm also hearing stolen, gone, not alive. Okay, she'll retrieve it back. Okay, you'll get it back. Okay, now some people may say you can't. I don't know. I'm just saying what I'm hearing. Okay, you'll get it back, but it's like it'll be torn. And I'm still hearing lost. Okay, torn apart, like ripped apart. Okay, so wherever it's at, whatever kind of beings is down there, I guess they go into town with it, honey. Okay, but you will retrieve it back. Okay, but it will be like dirt stained. Again, it's still like lost. Okay, like is wherever it's at is gone. Okay, wherever the deep depths, further than the underworld, I'm hearing, and it's like even if you get it back, it's not won't be the same. Okay, it will be torn. Okay, I'm hearing disposed of. So I guess whatever is happening to it, it's like after it, whatever, if it's beings or whatever fucking around with it, when they're done, it will be like tossed away. You know. Okay, and that's what you'll get back. That's what you will receive back. Okay, I'm hearing no more, no further. Like, I don't know, no further beings will retrieve it for you. You will retrieve it for yourself. Okay, so you're gonna have to go get it yourself. Okay, which will not be an easy feat. Okay, but that's what you. Now this is what I'm saying. That's what you get. That's what you deserve. Okay, because you lost yourself. Okay, you did it to yourself. Okay, trying to retrieve that of another, me. Okay, and really whoever else you can get your hands on, your dirty little grimy little hands on, stank hands on. Okay, and that's the truth of the matter. Okay, I'm hearing you will receive no more or no less. Okay, what you get back, what you, in other words, what you retrieve of your soul, yourself, is what it will be. Okay, and it will be the end. Okay, right. No more greatness. I'm hearing. Okay, no more than you deserve. Okay, this is what you deserve. A lost soul. Okay, it's like it seemed like you just gonna be wandering around lost, really, like you already are. Okay, covered up. I'm hearing. Okay, something about souls covered up. Okay, it will be covered up like dirt. Okay, torn, ripped apart, dirt, stained. Okay, out of your control. Okay, out of your existence. I mean, don't ask for no more. Okay, don't ask for no more. Okay, but don't ask for no less than what you deserve either. Okay, which isn't much. Okay, you're a liar, and I'm hearing you stink. Your soul, your spirit, your mind. It's like filth, rotten to the core because you're a rotten vessel. Okay, you done rotten things to a lot of people, not just her, meaning me. Okay, and that's for damn for sure. Okay, you done a lot of nasty, rotten, disgusting, despisable things. This is what I'm hearing. Okay, and you should be treated as such for the rest of your days. Okay, here on this planet called Earth. This is what I'm hearing. Okay. A king of swords and fell out, a king of cups and fell out. It always got to do with some damn man. I mean, Pete, oh, Lord have mercy. All right. All right. It's one. I moved into a really old apartment. You know what? I moved into an apartment because when I was young, of course, I lived in apartments. And then when I moved in a house, and then I moved to my grandmother's house. So I really loved being in a house. Okay. And then I moved, when I left my grandmother's house, I moved to another house. Then we went to New York for a second. And then came back. I lived in a house again. Very small area that I lived in a house for 2 years. And I was like, I didn't intend to be here this long. And it's time to go. I need space. And I thought about moving into another house. But you know what? I said, I'm not moving into another house. Because one thing I cannot stand being responsible for is the goddamn snow. I can't, I hate it. Shoveling that shit. Hold on. Let me open a window. Oh. All right. Okay. Hopefully that'll cool it down. And like when I lived in my grandmother's house, I was a landlord and I had a tenant. And I wasn't always that great with shoveling that damn snow. But I remember one time it was so bad. And me and her were trying to get to work. Me and my tenant was trying to get to work. And the car got stuck. And I was all up under the car, up under the tire, trying to shovel that snow. This is when I was working out and lifting all them goddamn weights and shit. And I'm thinking, yeah, I can handle that. Don't nothing beat nature. I don't give a fuck. Nothing. But anyway, like, it makes me think about Rocky. Rocky was that 3? When he was fighting the Russian? and he went to Russia to train, and the Russian was training in the gym. But where was he training? In nature, you know. And I used to watch these men who they stopped working out in gyms and started like working out in nature, um, just using their body weight and how shredded they got. It's just nothing beats nature. But anyway, I remember what was my last year? There was a man across the street. He had two sons, and he didn't play with them boys. They worked. And one day I was out there trying to shovel that snow. I saw them out there. I said, "Hey." I just from my porch, I was like, "Hey." And they looked over at me. And before I could get it out good, his dad said, "They'll be over there." And I said, "I'll pay them. Don't pay them. Don't pay them. That's what they're supposed to do." But I got to know I'm going to pay them. I gave them a little something. But then when I lived in the house, when I left there in the house I lived in Cleveland Heights, okay, so the lady who owned the house, she lived in Arizona, and she was Chinese. She lived in Arizona, and her son went to, he was a medical student at Case, so he lived in the attic, okay, which I really didn't know about people. Now, I remember when I was a little girl and I lived in East Cleveland, the maintenance guy, I guess he was the maintenance guy. I don't know who that man was. They told us he was the maintenance guy, okay? But he lived on the third floor in the attic. But I was a kid, I didn't think nothing of it. So when I found out about people living in attics, I was like, what? And they said, oh, that's real big in Cleveland Heights and Shaker Heights. But then, they do it up real nice, like a little apartment. It's really supposed to be like the second floor in the attic. But of course, they turn those attics into living spaces. And I saw one where they had taken it, and because they're not supposed to cook in the attics and stuff like that. But I saw one where they took it. They had the full refrigerator in there. They had a stove in there and everything. And I said, I thought they weren't supposed to do that. And they said, well, you got to just get permission from the city to do it. But anyway, so her son lived in the attic, third floor. Then there was another medical student who was his friend who lived on the second floor, and then me and my daughter lived on the first floor. So, Zarita, I'm sure you know all of this. You probably was following me all day long when I lived over there. And I had a feeling, I said, one of them motherfuckers is following me. I know they are. But anyway, so, snow and whatnot. Now, the owner, like I said, she lived in Arizona, and she was like, y'all got to be responsible for the snow. I was like, God damn, I don't want to do this shit. So, well, I'm out there. No, the first snowstorm, I was like, they was out there shoveling. And I was cooking. I was making a big old pot of spaghetti. I had this little special recipe that I created that I came up with, not just regular spaghetti. I, doctored it up and shit. So I told them, the two men, you know, I told them, I was like, I'm not shoveling snow. And they just kind of looked at me. I said, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. And they said, well, what if? I said, ain't no what if. I'm not shoveling snow. I said, it's two men here. I'm not gonna do it. And so they were like, well, maybe we can all chip in and get a snowplow. I said, that's cool. So we all chipped in and got. But that particular day, I told them, I said, I got a big old pot of spaghetti here. I will, give you all some. So I gave them some. They loved it. They came knocking on my door. Can I have some more? Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Of course you can. So we all got the snowplow. They come knocking on my door. Someone is here. Blah blah. Okay, great. And Nikki, it's easy. I said, I'm not doing it. I'm not. And they looked at me. I was like, it's two men here. I'm not doing it. Y'all can do that. I will cook for you. I'll make sure you got some tea and some cups, some warm stuff. I'm not going to do it. Okay, I'm not. And it was like, oh, okay. They didn't give me no heart. They was just like, okay. So then I'm in the house I was in front. I said, I'm sick of this shit. And see, when I was in that house, I was able to park in the garage. The second one, it was 3 families in the house. I wasn't able to park in the garage. Okay, I can't stand all that staying out in the cold, wiping the snow off the car and everything, but whatever. So I was just like, you know what? What did we do last year? I can't remember what we did last year. Because I let him know, because the landlord there, he wasn't going to do nothing. I mean, if it was major stuff, he would take care of it. But for the most part, he wasn't going to do nothing. Little stuff, this is what you do. That was his attitude. This is what you do. And I was like, okay, I'm not arguing. I don't have the time, whatever. Okay. This year, one lady, she got them to a snow plow all through the driveway, and then the couple, they got the next time they got a snow plow for the driveway and blocked me in, which really pissed me off. Okay, because of where I parked back there. I'm sure you know where I was parked back there, and I said no more. I ain't living. I ain't doing it. If it ain't one I own, if I don't own the house, I'm not. You know, and home ownership is more than a notion. And I was just like, people be thinking it's glamorous and shit. I met one lady told me she's going in bankruptcy because she can't hardly afford the upkeep of the house. You know what I'm saying? She said, I just thought it was gonna, the whole quote unquote American scammy ass dream. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so I was like, I'm going in an apartment. That way I don't have to worry about that. I ain't got to worry about shoveling the snow. I ain't got to worry about paying extra. And hopefully the other people in the house, the other families in the house want to chip in. And you don't know what people going to want to do and what they ain't going to do. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I'm not shoveling it. Okay, not if it's no men here. If it's men here. And then when they had blocked my car, and the family did with the snowplow, and I text them like, hey, because when the lady did it, she didn't have that problem. My car wasn't blocked in, and they acted stupid or whatever. I said, well, I'll just talk to the landlord about it. Then they want to apologize. You didn't apologize before. I said I have to go. I have to talk to the teacher now. I have to go to the principal. I can't even get an apology. I pay for this space, honey. Whatever. So I come out there. The man got his wife and his son out there shoveling the goddamn snow. Mm-mm. No. Okay. So I said, you know what? When I moved up out of there, I looked at a few houses, and I said, you know what? I'm not going to do it. I don't want to be responsible, you know, for shoveling no goddamn snow. And then, because in Cleveland, we have winter a great majority of the year. You don't know what it's going to do. I'm not going to be responsible for it. I don't want to. Paying extra for that shit, you know. But I love living in my grandmother's house. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I mean, there was times I didn't. I mean, sometimes I ain't like living in the area because it was going down. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, back to this. Okay. All right. Okay. Now, what I want to do, okay, I want to name every single person that I saw, whether it been through your dream goddamn infiltration or, and I meant to look that up, the vision that I saw or you all of that. It's so funny when I see people out and about and people who are affiliated with this shit, but they may not have been a part of it, but maybe their wives is a part of it or something like that, or they just know the people and I see them or their husbands or whatnot, and how they put their head down when they see me, or they purposely look the opposite way. you know, because I know that they see the videos. I know it's going around, but that's good. It needs to be. Okay. That's really what I want to do. Right. Um, okay. So I can't say everybody because some of these people I don't know. I just see, like I mentioned the other day, at least 3 people I mentioned. I don't know these motherfuckers. I don't know their names, but I know their faces because I seen them way back when I was on, doing the Facebook and Instagram thing. It's like, okay. So I can't really say their names. Okay. All right. Okay. We want to see the pendulum. What the pendulum say? Okay. Look. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, they gone. Okay. We're gonna start with that gym shit. These people that were involved in this group collaboration, okay, to destroy me. Okay. Uh, if when I say their name, pendulum, and they were, strike yes. If they weren't, strike no. Okay. Of course, Philippe. Stop. Okay, Phil. Sam. This is a woman. Okay, she did an awful lot of infiltration early on, by a lot of times by herself. Most of the time by herself. At least 4 times I can remember. Okay. Tanika, y'all done heard me mention her. If you've been watching, still, everybody gone. If you've been watching me, okay. I'm not talking about anybody on this app. Well, besides crazy ass Leandro Bellamy, she made it super obvious with all that yelling and screaming by community tab and posting weird ass videos. Um, Brittany, of course, the little monster. Okay. Um, mm, is her name Janine? Jania? What's her name? Janine? I think her name is Janine, just something. Okay. All right. Some of these people, I subbed their children. And some of them, like, when I did work at the gym, sometimes I worked at night and they threw me in the room with the children, which I didn't know why, which really pissed me off when I was supposed to be doing something else, but whatever. So I worked with them, some of them when they were small, and then I got to see them like in uh, elementary, middle school, high school. Okay. Never said anything to their children or anything like that. So let me ask, just in case somebody lied, did I ever say anything to any of these people? No. Okay. Okay. One of them, it was clear she knew who I was. Okay. The others, I'm not too sure. Okay. Was I ever mean to any of those children? Okay. No. Before somebody lied. Did I ever say anything to any of their children about their parents in any way, shape, or form? No. Not at all. Oh, it was one girl. She's just as cute as she can be. I don't know if her mother was involved in her, or I think it's her aunt involved in it or not. But she said, "I know you. My aunt know you from blah blah." Oh yeah, Okay. And then I would see some of these people sometimes. Some of the parents that I'm naming, they would come. I speak to them. Okay. And it would be a friendly interaction. Okay. Was it a friendly interaction? In case somebody want to act a guy, and then she came to yelling at me. Okay. Um, India. hmm Okay. This other woman, I cannot remember her name for shit. Okay. I subbed her daughter. I wish I knew her name, but I don't. So I'm just gonna the person that I am thinking of right now, whose name I can't remember. I didn't think so. I really did. I didn't think so, but I damn sure think she was well aware. Was she well aware of this? Yeah. Okay. But I didn't think she would be involved in that at all. Okay. Um. Okay. Nikki or Nicole. Okay. I feel like with her only in a sense of her contacting me on Instagram, but other than that, I don't think she did anything. But I don't know. Okay. I can't think of that white woman name. Okay. That white woman name. I'm talking about the blonde hair. Okay. Okay. No. Okay. I think she would be too smart to do that before, because she actually has a life. Okay. But was she aware of it? Yeah, I figured that. Okay. Um, who else? I already mentioned this girl with these locks, these red locks. I don't know her. The little girl with the waist piece. I don't know her. This man with them glasses. And there was another male trainer there after I left who I talked to about training me. Was he involved at all in any of this? Okay, I didn't think so. Okay, I don't know his name. Okay. Okay. I seriously doubt Floyd was involved with the bullshit. Okay. Floyd. No. It just seemed like something to him that he would look at as some pansy ass shit. Okay. Was he aware of it though? Okay. And I'm not really surprised that he wasn't. Okay. Like I said, he would look at it as some girly ass, pansy ass, dumb ass shit. Okay. Um. Mm, 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 mm. It's all the names I can think of. Somebody crossed my mind, but I can't. No, I didn't even ask that. Um, what's that Negro's name? Justin. Yeah, of course. Didn't see him at all. Just kind of figured. Rod. You bet you thought I forgot about your fuck ass. Which I actually did until I saw it. Oh, for goddamn nation. Until I saw your motherfucking ass coming out the Amazon. Okay, I don't know if you saw me that day. Okay. In regards of that, oh, I don't think so, Tari. Nah, I don't think so. Mm-mm. Okay. Was she aware of it though? Okay. But no, I wouldn't see her participating in anything like that. Okay. Maybe some of these people's family members, were any of these people's family members involved at all? Okay, we're getting I don't know. Finally, okay. And probably just so it's not revealed on here because I don't know them. Okay, and I don't want to make no accusations like that. Okay, I'm saying who I saw though, like it or not, because I didn't like you all doing it. I really didn't. Okay, I just wonder what was Carmen, of course. Okay, the pretty girl I call Sunshine. Okay, no, I don't know her name. I can't remember. She got the prettiest. She's such a pretty woman. Beautiful smile. Okay, I haven't seen these people, some of them, in years. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. All right. And that old raggedy ass police officer I talked about the other day. Just raggedy. Just look at that. Just real raggedy and disgusting. Okay. I'm thinking of other people. I don't think that any of them. I don't even have to ask. Okay. I'm asking my pendulum now. Okay, just for my confirmation, but I pretty much know that they weren't. Okay. Nisa. Okay. Mm-hmm. The one that did that dream infiltration. And her big ass titty ass friend, Nikki. Okay. All this shit led by crazy ass Zarita with them. Zarita. Give a fuck how you feel. What made it? What went through your minds that was okay to do to anybody? I don't give a fuck. Me, whoever. What went through your cranium to say, "Oh yeah, that's okay to do"? Now I don't know what this bitch told y'all in terms of the lies that she told you all about me. But I wouldn't give a fuck if a person is a hoe, if they're a fucking drug addict, if they're a fucking alcoholic, everything she is. Okay. What in your the one I call dog face hind leg, Ari, of course. Of course. I was a superior athlete. Yeah, that's what the hind legs are for. What would go what is in your minds that's okay to do to anyone. I wouldn't give a fuck. Like I said, so you getting a gang up on someone and bully them and harass them with the black magic and stalk them, hack into their shit. No, really? That's okay. That's okay. That's wise and smart. Even if you think a person is different, and I'm damn sure different than y'all, praise Jesus. I know you probably thought I was weird and strange. Thank you. Because if normal is what y'all are, then yeah, I'll be all that. Weird, strange, and all of that. What would go through your mind? What went through your mind besides the drugs and the wild ass behavior? And your elitist for whatever reason attitude. Okay. In terms of this family here, we know the lady who raised me, obviously. Okay, we know that. Everybody's gone. I can't believe she's doing that. Y'all see that shit? Amitra, of course. Denise. Obviously, Sarita. Travis. Now, some of these people may have only played a very small role or just only came around once, but you still participated. Paige. Okay. Lil David. Okay. Big David. Mm-hmm. Lil Robert. Karima. Nita. Terry. Well, he observed once. I don't think he did any more than that. He didn't do anything more than that. Okay. We go talk, Lamia. Small role, but role nonetheless. Tamika. Monique. That's all I can think of. Confirmation for all of you. I know she didn't. But I'm going to say it, her name, because I could be wrong. I don't think she gets very much recognition for not being a goddamn fool. Alex. No. Even though me and her fell out one time. And I just leave it like that. She wanted to apologize, but I wasn't accepting it. But like I said, I don't think she gets enough recognition for not being a fool. Besides, we go talk. Anybody from Akron that, okay. But y'all sure talk about them like they ain't shit. But they had sense enough to not be dumb. Isn't it funny how the people that get talked about like they ain't shit and they ain't worthy and whatnot, they're the ones that got the most sense? Interesting. My sibling, my brother, of course, his wife. If you came through once and I saw you, good enough. Okay, I already talked about this. Now my dad's side, my father. Okay. No. But he had some other shit going on as far as I'm concerned. Okay. Yes. And I mean negative. All right. My Aunt Teresa. My cousin Burles, who act like he lost his fucking marbles unless he was always a nutbag. Them old weird ass nasty ass dreams from your fucking ass. Trying to terrorize somebody. You don't even look like you used to look. You used to be so fucking handsome. My Aunt Donita. My Aunt Lynn. Okay. Anybody else on my father's side? Now, there might be two other people who I feel had something to do with maybe some monies that should have been given to me, or some kind of inheritance, gift, or something that should have been given to me, but didn't. Am I right about it? Okay. Okay. Would that be my Aunt Audrey? Okay. And my Uncle Craig? Okay. Anybody from that damn church, Jonas Temple? Okay. Verna, of course. You came through more than Lost City Live maybe since I can fucking remember. Orlando. Okay. Lisa Bundy. Came through once, good enough. Okay. Them damn Fosters. Okay. All came through. Okay. Stephen Lott. Okay. He came through. I know you didn't come through, but I knew with your connection to that lady who raised me, of course you did. And like I said, I did the video where I remember back when I saw you with them white people. I don't care what y'all say. I know what I saw and who I saw and how you looked and spoke and then looked at me like, sorry. A couple more people I just think was being stupid. Okay. I thought, or maybe been asked to I don't know, whatever. I don't think it was any necessarily malicious intent, or maybe they didn't think it was. Okay. Two people I'm not going to say. I'm not going to say. Okay. This bitch, it was malicious intent. Wanda. Okay. April. You came through. Enough. Davita. Okay, you came through. I had another person in mind. Now, one time there were a group. I don't think this particular group, from this church, I don't think they came through with any malicious intent. I really think they came through to see if I was all right. Now, this group that I'm talking about, that group of people, did they come through to see if I was all right, checking on me? Mm-hmm. Okay. Is that because they knew what was going on? Okay. Another group where people look down on, like they ain't nobody, they ain't making no money, they ain't nobody. But they got some goddamn sense. Okay. So I'm not going to say any of their names. Cheryl. Not in the group to see if I was all right, but a participant. I don't care what you needed, ma'am. I needed something too. To be left the fuck alone. Okay. That woman that lived across the street from me, I do not remember her name. Okay. Of course, you came through her mother. Confirmation here. Of course, not her mother, Kenya. Okay, because you came through and calling me and shit, trying to hook me back in the bullshit. Okay, her ex-fiance. I didn't think so. Okay, but was he suspicious or that something might have been going on? Okay. Because he said that he saw things happening around my property. Okay, Is that right? Did he say he saw some shit, some strange shit going on around my property? Okay. Did he see people? Okay. Am I missing anyone that I know? Okay. You don't like it? Oh well. I didn't like it. Okay. Were all these people told that they were going to get some money here to destroy me? Mm-hmm. Okay. I didn't ask these questions. I'm gonna keep asking. Did they get what they was told they was going to get? Oh. Was there a true intention to even give these people money? Okay. See, from the looks of things, y'all wasn't gonna get shit no way. Okay, even if they succeeded at whatever they were trying to do to me, okay, they were not going to give these people any money. Did some people just do it for the fun of it? It's fun. Yeah, weirdos. Evil-hearted. Jealous. Some of them did it because they just didn't like me. Well, that's the question. Did some of them do it just because they just didn't like me? Of course. Did some people do it just because they were jealous of me? Okay. And as far and Vera, okay, participated. Okay. See, when people would say to me that they was having a regular lunch or meeting times or whatever with that lady who raised me, right then the light bulb went off, the flag went up, whatever, red flag, whatever. This I know that's some ain't right about that. I know what it was. I said something ain't right about that. I knew then. Okay. College friends, Khadijah. Disgusting. And bitch, I damn sure ain't forgot about your motherfucking ass. Anybody else from college? More than one other person? Rolanda. If you watch, I think I have you blocked. Don't comment shit on my videos. Not a motherfucking thing. Don't you say shit. Don't send me no email, none of that shit. Nobody. None of you. I'm talking about these two, that last two I mentioned. Okay. Now, I know she didn't. Pastel. I know she didn't. And as diabolical as she could be, I have to tell a story about her one day. But I knew, I'm like, that bitch ain't gonna do that shit. Well, there are more people from my college years who were contacted and asked to be a part of this shit. Or however y'all did it. Kind of surprised. I didn't think so. I was going to ask anybody from seminary. I went to the Interdenominational Theological Center. I didn't think so. Anybody that I worked with. Ava. Oh, Lord have mercy. I'm your friend, nigga. I'm your friend. Yeah, right. Okay. Anybody else? that I worked with. No. Nobody was really around. She was, occasionally. Um, I didn't think so. Anybody I worked with at Cleveland Clinic when I did my chaplain residency? No, I didn't think so. Probably would have looked too weird because she worked there. The lady who raised me worked there. Okay. Anybody from my grandmother's church? Okay. I didn't think so. I loved my grandmother's church back then. Loved it, loved it. Good people. I mean, people, there's always going to be some shit going on, but there weren't no mean, nasty hearted people like what I experienced at that other church, my great grandfather's church. Very, very welcoming, warm. You go to church on Sunday, you had a good motherfucking time. Every Sunday. And that's one way that the people talked about the pastors, they gay and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But they ain't nobody there participating in no crazy ass shit like that. At least with me. That's all it always is. The underdogs get talked about. Them the ones with some fucking sense. And heart and care and love and compassion. And good hearted people. They ain't nobody. No, you ain't nobody. Okay, and then I'm sure a whole host of other people that I don't know. I ain't never met a day in my life. Anybody else that I do know that I'm missing? I don't give a fuck if you came through one time, you participated. Church folk, pastors, Hebrew righteous folk. Okay. And like I said, I think it may be some kind of, maybe officials or some shit like that. Okay. All right. Anybody from down there at that Cleveland TV 20 station? Okay. No. Okay. But maybe some people who came through there. Of course. It's interesting. Okay. Any of my, to be sure, any of my brother's other wives, okay. He been married 3 times, just like my daddy. Okay. Or his girlfriends or any of his affiliates. Okay. Besides that fake ass lawyer who wrote that fake ass fraudulent ass letter to me, which I still have. Okay. What about that damn lawyer who was supposed to be helping me with the house who let my brother fuck me over with that shit? Okay. I'm thinking he just probably got bribed or some shit like that. Okay. Is that the case? Okay. Oh, I did forget. I talked about him, Mike. Okay. I can't think of anyone else. Okay. Besides crazy ass Briandra Bellamy, okay, on this app, who crawled her ass here to get involved. All right. And now I'm trying to switch it up. They've been at me 20 years. Bitch, die. You wish. Let me just see what we get from the tarot. The tarot. One shuffle. The Sun. Ten of Pentacles. It's all right there, ain't it? Prince of Cups. Five of Wands. And the Gangster Love. Okay. Of course, they wanted me to be miserable, don't have no money, no family, no nothing. Okay. Family just take everything from you. Family, people you know you grew up with, and that I grew up with, and all of this kind of stuff just takes it all. Okay. No love, no money, just misery. Okay, and whatever here, um, this trying to take me down and destroy me, make me miserable and happy. She ain't got nobody, don't nobody love her. She broken poor. She just a miserable bitch. She on drugs. She a hoe. She crazy. All the alcohol, all the typical bullshit things that you say about people. Okay, which is obviously clearly not true. And he did it, she did that, she did that, she did that, and didn't do none of that shit. This bitch Dorita said that I was having sex with my students. Okay. Like how you matriculated. Through whatever the sex underground ring is here in this city throughout the land. And I don't mean the land, they call Cleveland the land. Okay. Okay. I ever had sex with any of my students. I'm thinking, I'm sure she was saying my college students. You freak. Okay. And I asked that question because when I had my old channel, when I got 1,000 subs, I did a free readings. And it had a bunch of trolls, and I knew it was all them. Okay. Y'all didn't think I knew. And somebody said something along those lines, and I believe it was Travis. Was that Travis who made that silly ass comment? I knew it was your motherfucking ass, nigga. All right. But who's the gangster love here? Okay. Okay. The Three of Swords. And Ace of Pentacles. Okay. Ten of Wands. Princess of Swords. Okay. But like I was saying, with them trying to do all of this shit, okay, to destroy me, take me down, and blah 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 blah. But here's the gangster love. I don't know. I don't know who's the gangster love. I'm hearing a man. Okay, I'm hearing a man that watches over you and protects you. So probably somebody that loves me, cares about me. I'm hearing dearly, and I'm hearing he trusts you. Okay, and he wants you to be well. I don't know who this person is. Okay, maybe God. Okay, or maybe a deity, or Archangel Marcus. Okay, not you, Bree. Okay. Okay. That noise you hear in the background is my washing machine. Okay. All right. I'm not brokenhearted. I ain't broken, poor, and without, and destitute, homeless, eating out of garbage cans. And folks are burdened by this, but yet still want to target. Okay. Still want to bother me. Eight of Wands. Okay. All right. Ace of Cups. Okay. Three of Pentacles. That was the aim here. Okay. besides me, I mean, being broken hearted and whatnot for money. These people think they're going to get some money, or maybe they were told they were going to get some money, okay, or to steal whatever little bit was that they didn't spend that was left over, okay, all right, and are burdened by the fact, okay, that I'm not broke down, destitute, and blah blah blah, all of the craziness, okay, that they wanted and expected to happen, okay, or want me to be burdened, okay, by them targeting me here, okay, right, and I don't know, fast movement. I mean, I look at that at Eight of Wands is fast movement, but also look at, this person is pinpointed, to target, okay, right? That fire and whatnot, okay? And look at the little dumbass. Well, the lion isn't dumb, but look at the little dumb Leo there, the lion, okay? Which you said you really on the cusp of Leo and Virgo, so I don't know. Okay, somebody who don't love themselves, okay, don't want me to love themselves. So here are all these people working together, okay, to try to make that a reality. Four swords in reverse here. Eight of Pentacles, okay, and the Death card here. Okay. All right. Okay. I feel like really not really thinking and contemplating about what you were doing. Or maybe you did. Shit. I don't know. It seemed like this shit been going on since I was an infant. Okay. So somebody been thinking about it a long goddamn time. Okay. Or maybe just continuously doing things out of emotion and gonna get that money or whatever the fuck. Okay. Okay. And these things here, it's just so silly, ridiculous, and not working. And like I said, what it did, all you did was throw me, push me into my purpose, this transformation, okay, to a place of prosperity, 10 of Cups, okay, and love of self. Okay, you know how they say you can't love nobody else unless you love yourself. That's true. And a real home, finally. Not when I'm just there, like I feel like it, just an extra appendage around this motherfucker. The shit ain't new. No new thoughts here. Anything else? No. That's it. Okay, but let's see what we got. Prince of Pentacles. Okay. Folks doing or just trying to make all kind of shit happen. Trying to make all kind of evil and low down, dirty shit manifest and happen in my life. Low down, dirty, disgustingness, where I gotta be assaulted every night by this crazy bitch Rita with her black magic fucking around and sending all kind of evil shit to me, fucking with my ear, all of this continuous assault. But you think that good things are going to happen for you. I'm gonna get it, I'm gonna get it, I'm gonna get it, I'm gonna get it. Get that money. Get her essence, be her over and over and over. I mean, you know, in a fucking loop, bitch. It doesn't matter. But how? And all your great magic, black magic spell books and all of this shit, show me where it says that what go around don't come back to your fuck ass. Show me where it says that you will not reap what you have sown. Show me that. I'm not talking about God. I'm not talking about morality. Show me that universal law that says you can do whatever the fuck you want to do. You can assault people. You can hurt them. You can try to steal from them and destroy them without cause. And especially somebody that was good to you and loved you, all of you. Now, them church folk that I mentioned, some of y'all was good to and love, but for the most part, I really didn't talk to you all like that. Y'all have been bullying me and being nasty toward me ever since I can remember. But others, show me, email, When you make your fucking fuck ass, nasty ass, ridiculous ass, silly ass comments trying to make me submit to you and your ridiculousness, put it in the comments. It's in this book. So I can look at it and write the author and tell him, you know you're wrong than a motherfucker. And the author can tell me, I know, but people will buy anything. They'll believe anything. I'm just selling a book. Show me where you want to get with the demons and the devil and Satan and all of that, where it doesn't say that show me where it says that he is the father of all things good and wonderful and the truth. No, it says he's the father of lies. Duh. So he lied to your fucking ass. But that realm lied to you, and you believed it. Like where you can take yourself to levels of such debauchery and disgustingness that hurt little animals and do all kind of disgusting, grotesque things. I'm not talking about people putting people in freezers and jars and whatnot. Okay, that's ridiculous too. I am talking about how many little dead critters did I see in my yard and all. I mean, what in the fuck is wrong? And that you can just do all that to innocent beings and innocent people and so on and so on. And it's all going to be good and clean and clear for you, long as you can buy your records and shine your motherfucking shoes. And you can just go all around town and get groups of people and include people who don't know you, who don't know me, and say, oh, because you brought a couple other people through that I saw. I'm like, okay, this must be one of her little silly ass friends. And you can do all of that shit and just terrorize someone. Because you're mad, not because I rejected you, you're mad because I moved on and goddamn, I can't sink myself in the teeth into it like I want to now. And you do all that shit. And everything, all the wonderful things in the world gonna happen for you. Show me so me and the author of that book can go have coffee, have a good laugh at how dumb you are, how ridiculous you are, and just how naive you are, like you thought I was. She's stupid. She's stupid. Well, you can put out there, do everything so that person don't have no money, so they don't have no place to live, they don't have no job, just absolutely nothing, no love, no friends, no nothing, and all the wonderful great things gonna happen for us after we've done that to an innocent person who I just don't like her. Maybe she don't like your motherfucking ass either. That don't mean she's sitting around gathering people somewhere to fuck your life up. Okay, we got the Prince of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. Somebody looking at somebody ain't got no business. And this may not have nothing to do with me. Okay. The Star. Okay. Somebody looking at somebody, whoever this is, this may not have anything to do with me here. But maybe in this group. Okay. Whoever you are, you do not equate to this person. I'm sorry. Okay. They got a lot more going on than you. Okay. I don't know, maybe it's these two people are in this group, or maybe one person is and one person isn't. Somebody trying to get some comeuppance and some status off of somebody's back. Okay. Well, that seems to be what was happening here with me. Because what was y'all going to be superstars? This what y'all thought y'all was going to be? We're superstars now. We're going to be in the movies. Going to walk the red carpet. We're trying to destroy someone. And for succeeding. But now we're celebrities. No, this where you at. You need to be cleansed and renewed, made whole. Okay. And stop following after stupidity and devilment, allowing yourself to be puppeteered. Okay. Let it go. Somebody so dead set, it came out like this on being this, trying to present themselves. I'm so sweet, nice, innocent, kind, and sexy, and blah, 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 blah. But only as I destroy and demean and ruin someone else, then that means I'm this now. Can't you all see? Can't you see? I'm better than her. No, this is how it came out. This is what you are. In reverse. Okay. Not wanting to be rejected by people. Okay. Because you don't feel like you have shit and you feel like you're just a poor ass pauper, and that's how you act. Okay. You feel like you don't have any options in life. Okay. This may not just be her. Okay. Because what would make other people involve themselves? Okay, bringing conflict to someone's life and world, being tricky dicky, trying to tear their shit down, and really think shit is gonna be great for you. You think that that's power here. Confirmation. And then trying to keep some man away from me. I swear, I really hope, I'm not married or anything like that, okay? All right? Trying to keep me in bondage, okay? Or put me in bondage and keep me there so I don't have nothing, be nobody, and have to come back to y'all begging y'all, please, and even, and not even coming back. Just begging you all, please do something for me. Help me. I don't know what happened to my life. This ain't supposed to be my life. This ain't what's supposed to happen. I don't know what happened. This will make you so happy and so satisfied. We got all the shit. Get the fuck out of here. This thing with a man. Okay. I am not married. Okay. I'm not dating anyone or anything like that. Okay. Marriage is not something that I don't want. To make it clear. Okay. It ain't something I'm actively looking for either. Marriage is more than a notion. It's more than just we get to fuck every night. It's actual work. It's more than this motherfucker got money, so I get to have his money. And he have his baby, so I can have some of his money. It's more than that. And for me, it is. Okay. But I swear before God Almighty, okay, what the kids say, I'm not going to say what they be saying. I mean, I was and everything. I swear on my mama and my grandma. I'm like, oh my God, please don't say that, okay? When they were trying to act like they didn't do nothing wrong, please don't say that. But anyway, I just don't like it. Don't like the way it sounds. Don't go there. But I understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to really say, I didn't do this thing that you just saw me do, that you and the rest of the school and all the teachers just saw me do, okay? But anyway, whoever, if that's what God has for me, marriage, home, family, at my old age, people do get married when they're older and much older than me and have wonderful marriages. But people who think it's weird and strange. Okay. I pray with every ounce of my being that it's somebody that you all would never even have access to. that you don't even know exists. So you can stop doing that. Okay. Or not, whatever. Okay. And then you be sitting somewhere wondering why your marriage ain't going well, or why you can't find nobody, or why the man beating your ass, or why she cheating on me all over town, and all my 10 children don't belong to me, and all of this type of thing. Because that's what's going to happen. It's not because it's me necessarily, yes, but also because that's what you want for someone else, and that's what will be given to you. I mean, this is shit is basic. You go to movies and they be showing you this shit all the time. You read your books and whatnot. If you do, they be showing you this shit all the time, but you don't believe. Okay, wanting me to be in some kind of fucking grip, but I'm not. Like I said tonight, no, I don't miss any of you. How could you miss people who you know have set out to hurt you and destroy you? Really been demeaning you all your life, gaslighting you, treating you like a scapegoat, treating you like you don't belong, and you ain't this and you ain't that. How could you miss people who do that? People that sit around, you done loved on them and showed them a whole life and a whole world. They done lied all over town about you fucking dude you with and all of this type of thing. How could a person miss any of that? And not the actions, but the person who's done it, the people who've done it. And don't even know how to be upset about it. You know, if you're angry, because I said it, you're not angry because you feel a sadness. She done miss us. No, you're angry because who that bitch thinks she is. It ain't working. She can't come crawling back there. Absolutely not. Okay, God didn't bring me here for none of this bullshit. And nobody else. Everybody's gone. Okay, let's see. Okay. I keep saying this goddamn King of Wands. I ain't gonna even bring it up. You are an ever-present person here. Okay, the Five of Swords in reverse. Yeah. How can I miss people who would strategize against me in groups who I've never done anything to? But come on in my house, y'all. Let's have fun. Let's enjoy each other's company. Fun. Welcoming you into my home. I ain't talking about y'all gym folks. Welcome y'all in the shit. Okay. Queen of Cups. Okay. Me. I'm gonna say that way. Okay. Trying to steal from me. Backstab and betray me. Bring towers into my life. Okay. Thinking I have sense enough to know myself. I just look back at that period of time in my life. How right few years before I left, just felt like the walls was closing in on me. And, I'm always going to be a laughing, happy person. But how dark it felt. How brooding it felt. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. But even before then, like I said, I was in my 30s sitting at my dining room table one day, and I just said to myself, somebody has done something to me. This is not my life. Somebody has done something, but I don't know who. That ain't what I want to talk about tonight. Well, I did want to talk about it tonight, but it went a little bit deeper than I wanted to. I had something else I want to talk about, but I will save it for another day. I didn't think you were going to do something to my daughter. Either to get her away from me or hurt her or whatever with your energetic bullshit. And I'm going to sit around there and just say, it ain't all right. Trying to make me mousy and docile. So I could look up one day sitting somewhere in the poorhouse, pitiful. Looking up at all y'all who done stole all my shit like, What happened? Can you all help me, please? I don't know what happened to me. Help me. And as crazy as she is, I don't think Rashiata was a part of this group. Okay, I could be wrong. Okay, Rashiata, was she a part of this shit to destroy me? No, she had her own agenda, fucking with me and bothering me. And I have smelled something since I've been in here. These bitches follow me everywhere I go. That old stank smell that I've been smelling in here, is that her? Okay, and let me tell you something, darling. If that's you, okay, you smell worse than, I don't know. You smell much worse than you did before. Much. Smell like a big old fart. Just a poot. Like goddamn, somebody sometimes people poot and you be sitting up there like, goddamn, what did you eat? What done crawl up in there and died? That's what it smells like. Just follow me everywhere, like a little lost puppy dog. I wanted to say this. I talked about my friend Kai on a video. She died it's been quite a few years now. She was the one who hit me to the mushroom journey with Kalinda E. She was one of his women and whatnot. I was in a store here on not Buckeye, Larchmere, called, I think it's called Kings and Queens. I know the owner. Well, I haven't seen her in so many years. I went in there and we were talking, and she introduced herself. I said, I know you. And I reminded her of me, and I said, it's been a long time since I've seen her. She used to vend at all the like the Kwanzaa events. She might still do that, the Kwanzaa events, and stuff like that. And I said, I bought stuff from you at those events and whatnot. I met you years ago, but I look up, and there's an obituary of her daughter, Kai's daughter, and I said, no, she didn't. And I picked it up, and I said, she died, her oldest daughter. It was just like, it just hit me. And the crazy thing is, I told her, I said, you know what? About 2 weeks ago, I was at I was somewhere. I think I was at the grocery store, and I was parking, and I looked. I saw this young lady, and she looked just like her daughter. I said, oh, there go Kai's daughter. And I looked at my daughter, and I said, you probably don't remember Kai. And then when the girl got close, I said, oh no, that's not her. Looked just like her. And then to see that girl a transition, ah, I just couldn't believe it. But anyway, that's one person that now that I miss her. Well, we fell out one time, but we got cool again. You know, I miss her. Okay. Now, when I say I don't miss, I'm talking about these people who was in this group to destroy me. I'm not talking about everybody from my past. I'm not talking about everybody from my past. So let me make that clear. But y'all who was involved in that shit and came in my dreams terrorizing me and all of that type of shit, no, not at all. Okay. It really be. I hope I don't never see none. Okay. I don't know what happened. Went out for a second. It really be a hope. Like I hope I don't never see none of them again. That's what it be. Okay. Unless it's some judge court shit or something like that going on in the background, and y'all been found guilty for all your bullshit. Okay. And bitch, come on in and get your shit. Okay. Thank you. She don't even say hi to us. No. Okay. I'm sure you all have tried to get me in legal trouble. Let's see. We know Bree did, and crazy as a reader. Did any of these people here try to get me in any kind of legal trouble? Look at there. Accusing me of things that I have not done. I don't know if speeding tickets would be illegal, but I don't know. Besides getting speeding tickets, have I ever done anything illegal? Well, I mean, when I was a kid in college, I talked about how I stole the stuff from the store. But besides that, have I? None. Nothing. I'm sure I've been accused. I ain't talking about the shit on this app. I'm sure I've been accused of doing black magic by these people. Is that correct? Now, some of y'all church folk may think working with this pendulum is that. Okay. Have I done black magic here? Okay. At all, ever? No, I haven't. She do witchcraft. No, I don't. But your motherfucking ass does. I conjure, whatever you want to call it. Because you bothered me with the shit. Fuck out of here. You think I'm gonna just sit here and let you all accuse me of shit, trying to get me in legal trouble, say all this evil shit about me that ain't none of it true, and you know it's not true. I don't care how you feel about it. I don't care if you feel guilty, if you feel shame, or if you do not. If you proud of yourself for being a damn fool, I don't care one way or another. Believe it. Okay, moving on. Besides all that, okay, everyone else have a wonderful, 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 happy new year. Okay. And if you think you're going to try to do anything to me, I'm gonna get a lawyer. Prove you didn't do it. Okay. Because ain't that black magic shit illegal? Especially to death spells and all of that shit, stalking people and all of that shit. Isn't it? I'm gonna look it up. I've heard people on here talk about it. Isn't it? And I'm sure along with that, you all have done some illegal things. Have these people, besides stealing shit from me, have these people done illegal things concerning me? So come on with it. So all the truth can come out of who and what you are. Gang stalkers. Harassment. Your fucking accusations, your slander, your libel, I'm sure. Your defamation of character. All over fucking town. I said I was going to sue that bitch over there, and I mean what the fuck I say. And I said I don't give a fuck how long it take. Other than that, you all have not y'all, but everybody else, you all have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Be safe if you're going out there. You know, I ain't heard no, what do they call it? That shit, fireworks or nothing like that. I don't know if they can do it over here. I don't know. You know, sometimes I miss living in the hood. I was telling somebody I like the noise. I like the cars roaming down the street with the loud ass music and the motorcycles and shit, and the loud ass music across the street and the barbecue and the grill, and I miss all that shit. I do. I miss by now, if I was down there, I'd been hearing some fireworks. I miss all of that shit. I like that shit. Okay. What I don't like is the blight. I don't miss the blight. I don't like that. Okay. But other than that, I love it. Okay. But anyway, you all have a wonderful new year and be safe. Peace.